World Financial Group offers entrepreneurs from all backgrounds the opportunity to start their own business on a level playing field. Dr. Yana Woodhouse, receiving the WCM Wall Street Pioneer Award by the United Black Wall Street of America, Inc., is one of those entrepreneurs.
I see WFG and TFA as a place where African Americans with an entrepreneurial mindset can flourish. And the bonus, we help families and serve the communities across the country.
To learn more about us, go to worldfinancialgroup.com.
We are the sons and daughters of the soul. We are resilient and forever forward thinking. We ask for nothing else than the opportunity to live and to create the lives that we were meant to live. We want nothing but an equal chance at options and possibilities. The same possibilities and options to live out our potential as our fellow man. We want to be heard, understood, and expressive in our reality. We are the future. We are the creative. We are here.
Hello, and welcome once again to another fantastic Tuesday where your guy, the Dress Down CEO, Tyrone Glover, comes to you live every single day, Tuesday, right here on Soul City Network. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. How you doing? I hope you're having a great start to your week. Happy belated Father's Day to all you fathers out there, to all you double duty mothers. Pulling those duties as you know that you do. We celebrate you, we recognize you, and we honor you, all you fathers and you double duty mothers. If you haven't, and I hope you haven't, because now I'm going to share with you why you should, please read my Substack. I did a beautiful Substack message to all the fathers out there, to all, again, the double duty mothers, the true measure of fatherhood. That says it all. Go read my Substack. If you haven't, now is a perfect opportunity to. So congratulations. And again, to all of you fathers out there doing the jobs that you should be doing, it is overdue time for all those fathers who haven't to now step up. Those of you who have, continue to keep soldiering on, fathers. Continue to keep doing, because you know our children need you. With that being said, I want to thank you again for making the time to be here with us, because you could be doing something else. You could be doing many things, but you're choosing to. And as I always do every single week, go ahead and let them people know he's out there doing it again. He's out there doing his thing. Go ahead and letting people know that we're out here doing what we do best, which is helping you get to that next level. We're helping you leverage your score. This is a conversation about financial literacy, financial intelligence, primary focusing on the opportunities that are presented to us, which is with that credit profile. How is your credit profile faring up? Are you at a position where you might need a little bit more assistance? Are you at a position where you don't even know where to go to get assistance? This is the opportunity that's being presented to you every single Tuesday to help you find what you need. All right, find what you need. And in order to do that, you have to make that time. You have to make that time, just like we do here at Soul City Network. Soul City Network is on a variety of channels. And this is what's beautiful about Soul City Network, because we're doing our thing. We're doing our thing. And I'm always grateful to be able to be part of a network that is helping the community get to that next level. And that's all we want to do, folks, help you get to that next level. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the subject matter at hand today. And we're going to be talking about empowering communities through consumer credit, unlocking the doors to financial freedom. That's what we do. Helping you get to that next level. So today's topic is unlocking the doors to financial freedom, empowering communities through consumer credit education. Great topic, great subject matter. Hope you stay with us throughout the entirety of the show. If you choose not to, by all means, go back to either YouTube You'll find us on YouTube, Soul City Network. You'll find us equally on Facebook under that same very much title, Soul City Network. So before we get started, I'm going to show you a little bit about the evolution of credit, consumer credit.
Credit is everywhere. Though it's often pitched as a modern corporate invention, credit is nothing new. In fact, it's built into our very history. People have been lending and selling on credit since the heyday of Babylon and the Roman Empire, right through to 19th century England, when lenders started to compare notes about consumers who failed to pay their debts. As time went on, credit systems became more standardized, which gave way to credit reporting agencies and increasingly sophisticated ways of tracking consumer credit. From detailed analog ledgers to comprehensive credit scoring models, technology has gradually changed the landscape of credit reporting. Modern credit scoring came about as a more objective way for lenders to distinguish between credit-worthy consumers and those who were less likely to pay their debts on time, if at all. Credit reporting agencies gather and report on the credit and payment history of a consumer. Using traditional logistic regression, a 3-digit credit score is calculated based on this history. These 3 digits are designed to predict a specific consumer behavior, such as the likelihood a consumer will pay their debts on time, or whether the consumer is likely to go bankrupt within 2 years. While credit scores vary based on the scoring model a lender chooses, a higher score usually correlates with a better risk profile, and thus better terms and offers. But consumers are more than the sum of their credit scores, and lenders realize this. Up until now, potential creditors, lenders, and other companies, such as rental or insurance companies, have lacked a true 360-degree view of a consumer's creditworthiness. This information asymmetry may disadvantage individuals like college students with limited credit histories, or people outside the credit system, like recent immigrants who may only have a credit history in their home country. While traditional credit scoring methods take only a point-in-time snapshot of a consumer's credit standing, advancements in analytics and technology allow us to take a deeper look. With the advent of big data and machine learning, we now have the power to create a more comprehensive portrait of consumers who might otherwise be considered risky or have limited traditional credit reports. We can now pull data from alternative sources and analyze patterns and trends to extract more meaningful insights about a person's financial profile. In the future, the credit industry will develop even more precise methods to help paint a more complete financial picture of an individual. Big data continues to grow exponentially, while the continued development of machine learning and neural networks will enhance our ability to mine that data for valuable insights. Blockchain and biometrics will transform identity management, helping to reduce the risk of fraud and its devastating impact on the credit industry. And dynamic new algorithms will make limited traditional credit scoring models a thing of the past. With these advancements on the horizon, the credit game is changing, and new players are coming to the field. Using big data, advanced analytics, and modern technology, lenders can leverage new opportunities to meet the evolving financial needs of consumers and gain a true 360-degree view of the modern consumer.
All right, there you have it, folks. This was provided by Equifax. Equifax is one of the big 3 that are out there. You got Equifax, you got TransUnion, and you have Experian. And what they're doing is they're making sure that you, the individual, are living up to, again, you can see that they're making huge advancements. That means that they're putting money into it. That means that they're putting a lot of ingenuity and technology behind what they're doing. So that means that you're going to have to get smarter. You're going to have to get smarter. You're going to have to get wiser. You're going to have to become more savvy to navigate through these complexities of what the credit industry is now creating. Blockchains, new algorithms, new AI. They're doing their part. The question that I'm going to be posing to you is, what are you going to be doing? All right, so the consumer credit is the heartbeat of modern economics, driving everything from home purchases to entrepreneurship. It grants individuals access to financial opportunities such as loans and credit cards that can significantly impact their quality of life. Yet while credit knows no color, let's say that one more time, credit knows no color. The credit landscape has been far from colorblind, with individuals of color in underserved communities consistently facing disparities in accessing and managing credit. This is where leverage credit recovery steps in to fill that gap. Speaking of filling the gaps, there's going to be a grand opening pretty soon. As you can see, you probably see me in a different location. Well, this different location is all because of what we're doing for the public and how the public has been responding to us. So thank you for allowing us to continue to keep doing what we're going to be doing. And there's far more greater news still coming down the pipeline. All right, so this essay explores the importance of consumer credit, the historical disparities faced by underserved communities, and the strategies to maintain and recover from credit mishaps. As we know, we've all gone through it. Every single last one of us has had some form of a ebb or a flow in our credit understandings, and it's okay. Our job now is to not relish on the past, is to focus on the future. We have to get in front of our mishaps. And I'm going to tell you right now, and I think I told you this a couple of weeks back, you are only responsible for 10% of what you have done over the past. Yes, over the past, 10%. And I'm going to tell you why. Because 90% of what has been done without your approval. Fraud. All right, it's sad to have to say that. Someone who's been in the industry for 30 plus years, I can tell you, the shenanigans that these companies get away with is shameful. It is shameful. Not only are they using their own technology and AI and algorithms, they're also using the courts. They're also selling your debt to third parties. And I'm sorry I have to say this to all of you legal eagles out there, the ones who do it the right way. Lawyers are now buying debt. They have deep pockets. Law firms know that they have been manipulating the court system, and we, the consumer, are now the burden bearers of all of this malfeasance going on. We have to, again, you can either continue to keep, or you can decide that now is the time to rectify and clarify and get yourself back on track. All right, so the mishaps. It delves into the disturbing reality of how a powerful trio of credit reporting agencies wield control over financial lives, sometimes to the detriment of consumers. However, there is a hope. Leverage Credit Recovery, led by myself, Tyrone Glover, stands as a beacon of expertise and knowledge, striving to reshape the face of consumer credit for millions of consumers. If you want what we know, this is now the time to do it. We got a new generation popping up here in 2025. We also have a possibility of either a new president or a current president. And I'm telling you right now, there's one of them out there who is not looking at democracy. There's one of those individuals who is not looking to make sure that this country continues to operate in the manner in which it should. You can either fall victim to that individual, or you can tell that individual on November 5th, no, absolutely not. And I'm hoping that you do. As I said, this is not a political show, but I've said it many a times that these shows intertwine. They intertwine with all of what's going on out there. And I can't just omit or leave something out. I literally have to continuously keep telling you the importance of why you should be paying greater attention to what's going on around you. And if you do, you're going to benefit. All right, so who am I? Oh, well, my apologies. Today's discussion, we're going to be talking about the introduction, the power of credit consumer. We're going to be hitting on credit knows no color, the three giants, functions and dysfunctions, the 5 factors of credit, the roles of each factor, maintaining a strong credit profile, leverage your credit recovery. Number 9, a call to action, changing the face of consumer credit. Contact us. We always got to let you know how to get in touch with us. And then a quick thank you. And as we're going through the motions, if you have any questions that you want to pose, please do so either on Facebook, YouTube, or on our StreamYard. All right. There we have it. All right, let's keep the party going. All right, so who am I, first and foremost? My name is Tyrone Glover, entrepreneur visionary behind Leverage Credit Recovery, military veteran, seasoned corporate executive, compassionate substitute teacher, expert in credit recovery and day trading, leveraged investing, dedicated coach and mentor, fervent advocate and activist and advocate, proficient in summary judgment mediation. Summary judgment mediation, again, ties into that credit piece. If you get a letter from the court, if you get anything in the mail that you are not responding to, that could turn into a summary judgment, and you do not want that. I'm dealing with a consumer right now who just got a summary judgment, and he waited too long, didn't respond, but we found out that it wasn't his. Now, it wasn't his neglect of not responding. We found out that the courts and the law firm that was attempting to take his money wasn't doing the right things. But nevertheless, I am Tyrone Glover, the visionary behind Leverage Credit Recovery. In my capacity as a creator, founder, and CEO of this enterprise, I have had the privilege of orchestrating remarkable transformations in the lives of countless individuals over the 2 decades. Skillful addressing and rectifying a myriad of credit relations, challenges, and concerns. All right. My journey has been one of, as an indicator, transcending boundaries across all of our society. Whether imparting wisdom in the hollow halls of corporate boardrooms or nurturing young minds in the classroom, my versatile prowess has solidified my standing as a unparalleled luminary within the spheres of personal and corporate credit. With a background formally rooted in discipline, unwavering commitment, and enriched by my status as an honorably discharged United States Army veteran, I have further honored my skill as a former executive luminary specializing in European studies. Today, as I stand as a fervent advocate, an enthusiast, and a relentless activist, passionate champion the rights of society's most vulnerable, those who have endured the harrowing ordeals of predatory lending, encountering injustice within the legal system, or grappling with realism of credit reporting agencies. We are not merely capable, we are duty bound to rewrite the narrative. I like that. That was really, again, I want to say that one more time. We are not merely capable, we are duty bound to help you with rewriting the narrative. With unwavering determination, we shall enhance the financial well-being of the diligent, hardworking individuals among the working poor and the middle class, and that new category that I love so much to talk about, the full-time working homeless. Our commitment to this notable cause is unwavering, and we shall leave no stone unturned in our pursuit of a brighter and more equitable financial future for all. You see how I said not fair? Because fair is not what we are looking for. We're looking for an equitable understanding for a financial future for all. Equity. You need to be focusing on equity. We need to be changing the narrative. And I hope that this little intro into a little bit more about who I am helps you with understanding what you as the consumer is going to have to do. All right, so the powers of consumer credit, understanding the importance, unveiling decades of disparity, navigating mishaps and hardships. Credit is no joke, folks. It is no joke. And it's really disturbing that we have found ourselves in these understandings. It's pretty sad. The importance of consumer credit. Consumer credit is vital because it serves as a financial bridge, allowing individuals to make important life investments. It enables people to own homes, start businesses, and finance education, making their dreams a reality. Having good credit can also result in better interest rates and financial security. Unfortunately, not everyone has enjoyed the benefits of consumer credit equally, and disparities have persisted for decades. And these disparities will not go away unless You get in front of what you have to do. This is now the era of change. You have to want to change. We cannot continue to go back in time to, not address, but to live out what is already a problem. We have to get in front of it now. Once we do, I'm telling you, you will benefit. You will benefit. We just had a situation today where we had a company. That company is NVIDIA. They just passed Microsoft at $3 trillion. If you don't understand how this all ties in together, it ties in so well together. And all my job is to do is to give you the information. It's not to sell you anything. We're not here to sell you absolutely nothing. This is a free show for you to do with what the information that you have, what you need. Take what you need. Again, it's going to be this much information, but take what you need. And the majority of you only need that much. But it's nice to know that you have a lot of information. Disparities and challenges faced by communities of color. Communities of color have faced disproportionate challenges in the realm of consumer credit. Systemic issues such as redlining, discriminatory lending practices, and a lack of access to resources have left many individuals of color at a disadvantage. These disparities extend to credit reporting as minority communities often bear the brunt of inaccuracies and errors in their credit reports. This not only affects their access to credit, but also perpetuates a cycle of financial inequality. That right there should say enough. Communities of color, we're talking about African American communities, we're talking about Hispanic communities, we're talking about Asian communities, we're even also equally talking about Caucasian communities. As it said in the beginning, credit knows no color. Our communities of color are inundated with a mixture of different ethnic groups. So you can be affluent and be of multiple ethnic groups. You can be in the middle class and be of multiple ethnic groups. And clearly you can be of communities of color also equally in different ethnic groups. But it's those who do not have that full access. I still can't understand how someone can become unbankable or start out life being unbankable. Doesn't make any sense, because you know what that did? It created that understanding that I hate to have to say, which is predatory lending. It created that because we decided not to do what we should do by all consumers, which is creating that equitable understanding. All right, so consumer credit agencies, of power. All right, consumer credit is a significant influence by three major credit reporting agencies. You got Equifax, you got Experian, and you have TransUnion. While their roles is to provide accurate, they do not provide accurate credit reporting. Just going to put that out there. They do not. They do not. They do not. And it's sad. We have to deal with regulatory bodies. We have to deal with Congress. We have to deal with the courts. We have to deal with all of these parties that these individuals ultimately put us in front of, but they never have been held accountable to their malfeasance. Never. These are billion-dollar companies, and trust me when I tell you, as the way the world turns, I bet you at some point these are going to be trillion-dollar companies. Why? Because they're playing on us, the consumer, making their bottom lines even that much more richer. We have to get in front of these situations. We have to do it now. If Congress can't help us, if the individual businesses can't help us, we, the consumer, and the communities must do our part to hold their feet to the fire. It's just that simple. They often fall short. These agencies have been accused of greed, manipulation, deceit, and even breaking the law. Again, these agencies have been accused of greed, manipulation, deception, and even breaking the law, but yet they still are able to operate. How is that? Congress, help me understand that. How is that? There's not a consumer out there that can run a red light, and if there's a cop standing there, I mean, he may give you or she may give you a pass and tell you don't do it again, but for the most part, they're going to hit you with a ticket. And you do it too often, you're probably going to lose that driving privilege because it's a privilege. And operating a business in the United States as well is a privilege. So how do we keep allowing these companies to constantly keep breaking the law? Their control over credit information can impact people's life profoundly, dictating everything from loan approvals to job prospects. It is essential to understand the nature of these agencies, their responsibilities, and how they should function to protect consumers' interests. If they don't do it, we must. All right, so credit knows no color, a universal financial tool. Credit knows no color. All right, so these three giants, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, three massive companies, for-profit companies. Credit bureaus collect, maintain consumer information. They resell it to other businesses. Again, they're reselling your information to other businesses. So they're making money off your money, just like banks make money off of your money. That's why it's so important to understand how money works. And since I haven't spoken upon it or about it right now, I'm going to do so. Dr. Yana B. Woodhouse. I'm encouraging everybody, please turn into Access Wealth Nation on Thursdays at this very same time slot, 6 o'clock. Access Wealth Nation. You need to know how money works. Dr. Yana B is an expert in that area. I'm just a credit guy. I'm an expert in the credit space, but Dr. Yana B, please, I'm imploring all of you to put down the devices on Thursday, chime in, obviously, with your device to watch the show, but get that vital information about how your money works. She's a brilliant individual. She is amazing. The more you learn from me, can you imagine what you're going to learn from her? All right, Access Wealth Nation, Thursdays at 6 o'clock. How money works. You need to know it. All right. However, their roles and responsibilities aren't always transparent, and their immense power can sometimes be used against the very people they are meant to serve. And it's not a sometimes there, it is almost in all the time. They have two contractual understandings, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. They have a contractual understanding to the businesses, and they have a contractual understanding to us, the consumer. And as I started off with reading about what they're supposed to be doing when it comes to our credit report, our credit reports are to be accurate. What we're also finding out too is that they're not even reporting it according to the contractual understandings that they have agreed to. 5 to 7 business days. Why are we waiting up to 21 to 28 days for our reports to report accurately? Oh, let's break that down for a second. They're doing it because they make money. If they know that consumers, 50 to 60% of consumers have to use their bread almost immediately as they get it. So you bring your utilization down, you turn right back around a day or two because you need to go out and spend. Next thing you know, your utilization is back up by 70. When they report it, you're being reported as if no movement was done at all. This is fraud. Okay, it's fraud. 5 to 7 business days is all it takes, especially now with technology. And it shouldn't even take that long. When you make your payment, and I'm encouraging everybody to at least contact me, get in touch with me, and let's break your payments down into an understanding where you're paying everything in 1 week. You should not be doing what grandma and grandpa or mother or father or whomever it was who taught you how to pay your bills. You need to pay your bills within 1 particular week. You need to wait at least 5 to 7 business days, give them time for it to hit. If it doesn't hit within that 7th day, you're on the phone. You got to do work to keep your money working for you. You have to put in that work. All right, accurate credit reporting. The 3 giants unveiled. All right, who are they? And as you already know, Equifax, TransUnion, Experian. The universal nature of consumer credit. Consumer credit is a financial tool that knows no color or ethnicity. It doesn't discriminate. It offers opportunity to all who can wield it responsibly. All right, wielding it responsibly. We know that in the past that you've had some issues, and that's why I'm telling you, your 10% you're going to own up to. But that 90%, I'm telling you right now, if you decide to keep carrying that baggage of somebody else's malfeasance, that's you. And I can tell everybody out there, please stop doing that. Stop doing it. All you're doing is hurting your opportunities. Stop it today. Get in touch with me here at Leverage Credit Recovery. Get in touch with me here at Soul City Network. Get in touch with me in whatever capacity that you can. But get in touch with me so that we can help you with understanding how to wield your credit responsibly. It's a new era, folks. Let's start off the new year, the new generation on a good footing. Because if you do, trillion-dollar economies, you're dealing with trillion-dollar economies. The credit system fundamental principles are unbiased, and it doesn't judge based on who you are or where you come from. All right? There are some nuances within that, who you are or where you come from, but for the most part, folks, if you're doing it responsibly, you're probably going to end up getting the desirable outcome. All right? Functions and dysfunction, how credit reporting agencies should operate. All right, so let's check this out. Functions and dysfunctions of the credit reporting agency. Credit reporting agencies should operate as reliable sources of credit information, supporting consumers and in their financial endeavors. It seems like a really easy task. So how is it that so many of us are unable to have the credit understanding that we're entitled to? If credit reporting agencies were doing what they were supposed to be doing. But they want to put the onus on you. When they want to call you deadbeats, they want to call you the undesirables. They want to call you unbankable, all because of their malfeasance. Because we don't know how to argue it, nor do we know how to address it accordingly. We're the ones who become the burden bearers of their shenanigans. And we need to stop. It needs to stop. These organizations play a pivotal role in ensuring that fair credit reporting prevails. However, it isn't always the case. Sometimes these agencies malfunction, impacting people's financial lives, job prospects, and access to loans. But we're going to sit back and not do anything to correct that? That's a problem, folks. That is a problem. We have to make sure that we are doing our part. Because if we're doing our part, the success is inevitable. It's going to happen. All right, we're about 32 minutes into, and I'm going to say it again, if you haven't already, if you need to pose a question, if you have something that you would like to ask me, please do. You have the Facebook opportunity to pose a question on Facebook. You have the YouTube opportunity to pose a question on YouTube, and you have the opportunity to pose a question on StreamYard. All right, the 5 factors of credit. So important to understand these 5 factors. So important. All right, so what are the 5 factors? How do these 5 factors impact your credit? Well, 5 factors. Credit reporting agencies should operate as reliable sources. All right, they should operate as reliable sources. These 5 factors that you have are, again, 35% payment history. All right, that means if you are paying on time, that means your credit's going to have the biggest impact by paying on time. 35%. Don't wait until the 12th hour or the 11th hour or however that is said. Pay it beforehand. Get in front of it beforehand, on time. After you pay it on time, make sure you pay enough so that you're bringing down that utilization, which is 30%. 30%. Think about that. 35 and 30, that is 65%. In any school that I've gone to, 65% is a passing grade. Any country that I've ever been on, and I've been on 5 of the, any continents that I've ever been on, and I've been on 5 of the 7 continents, 65% is a passing grade. Now, everything else is accessory. Everything else is a little bit of accompanying the success that you've already created by just making sure that you have taken care of the 30, which is the 35, which is paying on time, and then bringing down that utilization. you're going to get some ancillary points from the remaining 3 categories. One of those categories is age of credit. How long have you had credit? Some of the smart people, and it's sad to have to say this, and I'm being facetious when I call these smart people, but some of the individuals have now decided, well, since consumers are paying on time and they're using their utilization, they're bringing it down properly, well, we're going to hurt them. We're going to now impose I'll even call it a tariff on individuals by saying, for those of you who go out and seek and get new credit, we're going to have that hurt your credit profile. So your age of your credit now hurts your credit profile when you go out and get new credit, which I keep saying it over and over and over. The standards have diminished so much. They've diminished in the academia space, and they've also diminished in the consumer credit space. And that, for me, is not going to work. We got individuals out there, individual companies that are out there creating nothing but havoc when it comes to consumers. We have to now get in front of that. So remember, you're not going to get that full 15%, but say you get 8. So you got 8 plus 65, that's 73. All right. Yeah, 73 points. You're now at 73 points. You're on that trajectory. Remember what I tell you before? I said this over and over and over. Credit is not a roller coaster. Credit is a rocket ship, and it should always be going in that upwards trajectory. All right. So we now say if you don't get the full 15, say you get 8, you're still now at 73. You got your credit mix. Credit mix is like a salad. Mixing that salad. I like tomatoes. I like cucumbers. I like olives. I like carrots. I like corn. I like spinach. I'm not too crazy about the other lettuces, but iceberg is probably my second favorite lettuce. Spinach is not really a lettuce, but it tastes so good when you mix it together with other accompanying items. Taste again, a salad is a mixture, and so should your credit. Credit is a mix, and the mix that they're talking about is you have an auto category, you have a mortgage category, you have a credit card category, you have a credit card category with logos and without logos. You have so many different categories. Believe it or not, you have somewhere between 23 and 28 credit scores, and that's pretty disgusting to have to say that. It's pretty abysmal to have to say that for one credit card, somebody's scoring you almost 28 times. That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. So you can see where these companies have designed this so that you, the consumer, once you get behind, it's almost impossible to get in front of because of how they're manipulating the credit process. All right. So say you get not the full 10, but you get 5. All right, we're at 73, adding another 5, we're now at 78. All right, that last category is your inquiry categories. There's 10% in your inquiry category. You're not going to get the full 10. Inquiries are, am I out there asking for credit? Now, I know you probably have seen that a lot of these businesses now, car dealerships, no impact to your credit. All right, getting a credit card, no impact to your credit. So there's a lot of situations now that they've known that they've been causing nothing but harm. So now they're going to try to make good on it. Don't believe none of that stuff. Don't believe any of that stuff. All right. Be careful when you go to car dealers and you allow them to run your credit. Be careful when you're online and you're choosing to get a credit, get a credit product and they have to run your credit. Be careful. Okay, just be careful. So we got all the way to the credit mix. And we saw that the credit mix itself gave us a total of 78 points. Say you got another 5 from the credit inquiry piece, 78 plus 5. That puts you up to 82 or 83, my apologies. All right, you're now up 83. 83 is a beautiful score. It would be nice if you can get 100, but they've made it so that you will never be able to get 100 points. They have doctored and manipulated the algorithms to keep us from being able to score the highest possible score. And it's pretty sad. It is very sad that these 3 companies have done what they needed to do to make sure that their pockets are full. And it's pretty sad and they're doing it at our expense. All right, we got to get smarter, folks. Once we get smarter, things will get easier. All right, so the role of each factor. So I broke it down as much as I possibly could. Payment history, credit utilization, length of credit history, credit mix, and new credit. Maintaining a robust credit profile requires discipline, financial responsibility, and knowledge. While these are challenges and hardships that people may face in their financial journey, there are ways to navigate them, rebuild, and ensure a healthier financial future. It's that easy. Nothing more. Everything just like that. All right. You do that. You become disciplined. You become financially responsible. You add more knowledge to your knowledge base. You will be able to navigate your credit profiles without any problem. You'll be able to rebuild. You'll be able to ensure a healthier financial future. Up to you, with the assistance, obviously, of those of us who are experts in this realm, in this space. And that's what these shows are all about, creating individuals who equally can go out and create also other individuals who understand, wow, you know what? I need to be sharing this with my brothers and sisters. I need to be sharing this with my aunties and uncles. I need to be sharing this with my grandparents as well. We're not leaving anyone out of this conversation. And you definitely need to be sitting down with your youth talking about the importance of making sure that they understand money management. All right, so maintaining a strong credit profile, tips for success. All right, so doing the business, maintaining a strong credit profile, sustaining a robust credit profile demands, again, financial discipline, responsibility, and knowledge. You're probably thinking, why is he going over this again? Because I'm going over it again because it's that important. It's doing the business. And a lot of us are not doing the business. And then we're wondering why. When it's time for something, we need a new car because the car now broke down. And then we run to the dealership knowing that our credit is in the 500s or the 600s. They're not giving me anything for 5, 6. And if you do, you're going to have to come out of pocket a lot more with that down payment. So why not wait 2 to 3 months, work on building that credit, get it up to about that 680 or maybe even 700. Now your interest rates are somewhere in that 8 to maybe even 5%. But in that 500, they're going to hit you real hard. They're going to hit you real hard. You're talking about 18, maybe 22, 23, upwards up. That's not what you want to get in. Those types of interest rates are default interest rates. And they're just waiting for you to default so they can beep, 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 back that vehicle up and snatch your car, repossess you. That's what they're waiting for when they give you a 23, 24, 18% interest rate. Somewhere around that 5 to 7, manageable. Everyone should be looking at making sure that their car payments are somewhere within that 3 to 5, possibly even 600. But anything larger than that, you need to say absolutely not. Rebuild your credit. Focus on getting it up prior to paying a higher car note. Because remember, that car note is one element. You still got insurance. You still got maintenance. You still got gas. You still got all of those pieces that come along with getting that car. So why not keep your car note as low as you possibly can so that if something should come up with that vehicle or with other elements of life, you'll be able to still maintain and keep your credit intact. All right, so doing the business is really that easy, folks. It's really that easy. So you have to make sure that you are disciplined, that you are responsible, and that you understand what you're doing. While financial hardships are inevitable, for many strategies exist for navigating through challenges. All right, rebuilding credit and securing a financial healthy future. Rebuild your credit today. Do it over the summer. I know some of us are not some of us, but we just graduated. So congratulations to class of 2024, to all of my seniors here in Yonkers. Congratulations to all of your success. You have had 12 years of success stories. Get out there and rock it. And if you are unable to, and you still have some questions, well, as I told you, I'm going to be sharing with you some great news about our brand new location here in Yonkers, 86 Main Street. Boy, I'm telling you, the setup that we have here is amazing, and it's designed to help consumers and primarily help our youth. And I'll be talking about that in a later show. All right, so doing the business, folks. Leverage Credit Recovery, your trusted partner. All right, Leverage Credit Recovery, your trusted partner. In the realm of credit recovery, Leverage Credit Recovery shines as a beacon of hope for those who have faced credit-related challenges. Led by, again, yours truly, the Dress Down CEO. When I say Dress Down, I'm telling you, folks, I don't do the suits anymore. I'm sorry. I don't put on ties. I don't get all in the 3 pieces and the 2 pieces. I did that for corporate America for 30 plus years, and I will not do it anymore. You get what you get. It was the suit and tie guys who got us into this mess, and it's going to be the hat and tattoo guys who get us out of this mess. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's now time for a whole brand new change of a wardrobe. And trust me when I tell you, dress down means I'm still proper. I still do all of the things that I need to do. Keep myself neat, clean, groomed. Every ounce of what I'm supposed to be doing is what I'm doing. But I'm just not going to be doing it in a corporate uniform. Not doing that anymore. You want to get real good information? It doesn't matter. You're going to get real good, trusted, valued information, tested information. I got consumers all day who will tell you the exact same thing. That guy knows what he's doing. That guy knows what he's doing. And as soon as I get off this, I got a customer who's waiting for me to call him so that I can go over again a summary judgment with him because, unfortunately, due to some malfeasance, he found that he needed to reach back out to me, and this is the beauty of being able to be a trusted body. Even years can go by, and those consumers can still reach out and get that service that they need. That's the beauty of what we do. That's the beauty of being a trusted partner. All right, so led by me, your Dress Down CEO. This organization combines decades of experience, expertise, skills, talent, and unwavering dedication to empowering underserved communities and reshaping the consumer credit landscape. Joe Biden is doing what he needs to do when it comes to student loans, and we're going to applaud him for that. His administration is doing what they need to do to bring down interest rates, bring down inflation, and we are going to applaud him for that. His administration is doing what they need to do to make sure that Targets, the Walmarts, the Sam's Clubs, the Costco's, whatever it is that they have focused on when it comes to these CEOs and saying, hey, folks, wait a minute, hold on now. The supply chain is back intact, so why is your prices so high? COVID's been done and over with. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. COVID has come, but it's still out there. We know that. But the supply chains are still intact. They are back and better than they were. So why are these prices still so high? Well, we, the consumer, continue to keep shopping. As long as we're going to keep shopping, you don't know what I know. I come from that space, as I told you. Businesses can go in that back office and they can change them prices at will. Because we don't have oversight in the manner in which we should have oversight, Campbell's soup doesn't cost no $5, $6, $7. I bet you if you got the order sheet as to what that price should have been as it was on that shelf, you probably see, well, wait a minute. The order sheet says one thing, and you're posting something else. Again, fraud. Fraud in our faces every single day, and there's no oversight that is protecting us from gouging, price gouging. Don't believe me? I know you do. All right, so as a trusted partner, we're now asking you, call to action. Let's change the face of consumer credit. Let's change the face of these circumstances that we so despise and we do not like. Because if we do, I'm just telling you, things will get better. Your bottom line will be better. You as a person will feel so much better. Your mental capacity will no longer stress you out because you now have a financial understanding that now eliminates that whole thought process of, oh, I might not be able to pay the rent tonight. Oh, I might not be able to keep the car note. Oh, I might not be able to pay my insurance. Oh, I might not be able to get my medication. Oh, I might get sick and I may not be able to afford going to the hospital. There's so many uh-ohs that we look at, and it's creating mental challenges. All because of our financial inequities. Got to get in front of these things, folks. Got to. All right, we're about 10 minutes out. I'm still going to ask that one more question. If those of you who may have a question prior to the show ending, please, by all means, drop a question in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer it as we're navigating through these last 10 minutes. But I want to thank you, as always, for being part of my Tuesdays and allowing me to do what I do best, which is help you get to that next level. So what's the call to action? All right, so a call to action: changing the face of consumer credit. The power of transform the landscape of consumer credit lies within collective efforts. All right, one can't just do it. They may be able to help themselves, but it's going to take all of us to change their policies, to break down their so-called best practices that are only best for them and not for us. Right? By educating and advocating for equitable credit practices, we can create a future where financial opportunities are available to all regardless of their background. That's why I said you are responsible for 10% of what has happened to you when it comes to this credit space. You are responsible for 10%. That 90%, you should no longer carry it. You should no longer make it part of your daily discussion. You should be attempting to get in touch with someone like myself who can help you navigate through making sure that that 90% switches. You should be in control of 90% of your credit and they should be in control of the 10, not the other way around. All right, so we're asking you all, get in front of your credit situations. Get in front of them tonight. Get in front of them this weekend. Get in front of them over the summer. Make sure that you're not going into 2025 with credit mishaps still hindering you from the credit success that you are rightfully deserving of. All right, so questions, folks. The floor is now open for any questions or discussions you may have regarding consumer credit. It's your chance to dive deeper into the essentials aspects of financial well-being. Your chance, your time. Have at it. And while you're thinking of those questions, I want to thank you. Thank you for considering, all right, the critical importance of consumer credit in our lives. Together, we have the potential to make profound difference. It's up to us, folks. If we want, we can have. It's up to us. Let's get out of our way. Let's focus on rebuilding equity. Let's focus on making sure that our credit profiles are exceptional moving into that 2025. Moving into a new presidential cycle, moving into a new generational understanding. Let's focus on making sure that our financial houses are intact, because I'm telling you, businesses are they're making sure. NVIDIA is making sure. It just surpassed Microsoft, $3 trillion. Microsoft is $3 trillion. Apple, upwards of trillions. Amazon, trillions. How is it that we have all these companies that started in somebody's garage and now they're $1 trillion companies? Come on, folks, think. And if you can't think for yourself, I'm here to help you. We have to figure out how and I've been telling my students, you're going to be exchanging time for money. Time for money. And a lot of these employers are not giving you what you're worth. So that means you have to then go out and find another opportunity that's going to allow for you to bridge that gap. And the only way to bridge that gap is through credit. We have to change the way that we think about credit. Credit is a building tool. It's the only building tool that is out there. The only building tool that is out there. Your debit and your cash does nothing but tell the other institutions that you're frequenting, thank you very much, please come again. But credit tells them, thank you very much, please come again. And I'm now going to report that to the credit reporting agencies. And it's then our job to hold those credit reporting agencies accountable to making sure that they're accurately reporting our credit situations. So how do you get in touch with us? Well, you get in touch with us through our websites, through our understandings. To embark on this transformative journey or seek further information, do not hesitate. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. Call us, 805-428-9424. Send us a text, 805-428-9424. All right, reach us out at our email, leveragecreditrecovery@gmail.com. That is leveragecreditrecovery@gmail.com. And we also use this fantastic website, or this fantastic, I guess you could call it an app. And that app is called Linktree, linktr.ee/. Again, the company's name is Leverage Credit Recovery. Linktree is an amazing piece of technology because it allows for us to do what we need to do when it comes to that space of providing multiple entities or entries of things that we have succeeded in. Our success story can be all lined up in a Linktree. Your success stories can be all lined up in a Linktree. It's easy access for individuals to be able to step into a realm, into a space where anyone can find whatever they need to do by just clicking on one of your trees. All right, so there you have it, folks. This was our show, and we still got 4 more minutes. And in that 4 minutes, you know what I want to do? I want to read that message that I sent out to fathers today, or over the weekend, because it was a empowering message. It was a phenomenal message. The true measure of fatherhood. And if you haven't, please go back to my Substack. If you are unsure how to get to my Substack, just again send me a quick text. Hey, can you send me over that Substack? I'm more than happy to do that. So Father's Day is a time to celebrate the men who have stepped up to fulfilling one of the most important roles in society, being a father. However, the essence of fatherhood extends far beyond the biological acts of contributing DNA. The true father is much more than someone who appears spermicidally or disengaged due to failed romance relationship with the child's other parent. To limit fatherhood to these criteria is disrespectful, disappointing, and downright detrimental to the child, the other parent, and the real father figures who are more critical now than ever. I speak from experience. Growing up as a foster child, I encountered 4 different men who took on the title of father, but only one embodied the role of true father. While I love my biological father, who I met later in life, we never forged a fatherly bond due to the mix of circumstances and immaturity. Out of sight, out of mind. My foster fathers were more concerned with their own interest and discipline, often harsh and unkind. They failed to raise to the occasion, neglecting their duties to both the biological and the foster child. The one man who truly earned the title of father was not biological related to me. He was my ex-wife's father, a man who continued to be a great friend and role model even after our divorce. He showed me that a father's role is to guide, mentor, and support his children, teaching them what it means to be a real man and how real men treat others. It is also critical to acknowledge the double duty mothers who raise children without fathers due to death, separation, or other circumstances. These mothers deserve our utmost respect and admiration. As Tupac said in Dear Mama, it ain't easy trying to raise a man. Those women take on an incredible task and often succeed against the odds. To all double duty mothers, I salute you, I applaud you, and I celebrate you for doing the best to raise a child alone. Go back, read that Substack. There is some great information in there. Read that Substack. I am now a minute out. I want to thank everybody for making the time to join me in this journey of helping you get to that next level. Leverage Credit Recovery, Soul City Network, Access Wealth Nation are here to make sure that communities of color have what they need. And it is overdue time. I am asking everyone, as this new year approaches, as this summer season approaches, as the gifting and the Thanksgiving season approaches, it is now time for us to do our part. As always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope to see you back here next Tuesday, but definitely chime in this week for Access Wealth Nation, Thursdays at this very same time. I want to thank you, everybody. Be safe, and as always, stay safe, America.
We are the sons and daughters of the soul. We are resilient and forever forward thinking. We ask for nothing else than the opportunity to live and to create the lives that we were meant to live. We want nothing but an equal chance at options and possibilities. The same possibilities and options to live out our potential as our fellow man. We want to be heard, understood, and expressive in our reality. We are the future. We are the creative. We are here.